It's gonna end real bad. Real bad. Okay. Hello and welcome to my August wrap-up and September TBR. So, I'm just gonna talk about what I read in August, and then I'm gonna talk about what I'm going to read in September, and I hope you stay with me till the end, because this could be long. Well, let's get started. First book I read in August was Happy Face by Stephen Eman, and I did a review for this, and I am going to link it in the box below, so I don't harp on about it too much. This is basically about a male character known only as Happy Face to the reader, who, told you it was gonna end bad. This is about a male character known as Happy Face who transfers to a new school and decides to reinvent himself. This book was happy and sad and hilarious and beautiful, and I think you should read it. And if you want more information, you can check out my review. It's in the link. It's in the box down below. Check it out. The second book that I read in August was Minerva Soho by Ben Aronovich. This book is the second book in the Rivers of London / Peter Grant series, and it follows Peter Grant, who is a wizard and a police officer, and he investigates weird shit, basically. This book was good. It wasn't as good as the first one, and not as good as some of the other ones in the series. Peter investigates a spate of mysterious deaths amongst jazz musicians in this book, and also a woman with vagina dentata. So that is really, good. So yes, I read that. I also have a review of it down below, so you can check it out. Right, so after Minerva Soho, what else would I do but read Whispers Underground, Broken Homes, and Fox of Summer? These are the third, fourth, and fifth books in the Rivers of London / Peter Grant series, and they keep following Peter as he investigates more weird shit that happens. These two take place in London, and this one takes place somewhere near Wales. I'm not very good with British geography, so you can tell me where that is, or you can just leave me in ignorance. That's cool. Either way, these books, yeah, they were good. These two were the best. Broken Homes I didn't like as much, but I still think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. And something that really, really annoyed me was that as they went on, the editing got worse and worse. Terrible. It's terrible. So that's really my only gripe. But other than that, these are good books, and the 6th one, Hanging Tree, comes out later this year. October or November, I think. So I'm looking forward to that. But I also think it's the last, so I'm really not looking forward to it at the same time. After The Rivers of London was finished, I decided to shift continents to America. And I read Amy and Roger's Epic Detour. And I have a review for this one as well. It's down below. This one is about Amy, who has to get her mother's car from somewhere in California to somewhere on the East Coast. Like I said, I'm not good with geography. If it's not in Australia, and even then I'm pretty terrible. So she doesn't drive since her father's accident, so her mother enlists the help of Roger, and instead of just going on the 4-day itinerary, they take a road trip around America. It was good. It was a really lighthearted, fun, refreshing read, even though there are some very mature themes in there, like death and blame. But yeah, it was a good book, and it's not all text. I never flip to it. There was one there. Yeah, see, look, there is, what is that? A receipt for an inn. So yeah, so it's like, set out sort of like a travel journal as well. So yeah, like I said, it's awesome. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars, and you can check out a bigger review in the box below. After that, I went back to London, didn't I? Because I love London. Anyway, I read The Statistical Probability of Love at First Sight by Jennifer E. Smith. This one is about Hadley Sullivan, who's travelling from JFK Airport, which is in New York, I know that one, to London for her father's wedding, and she's terrified of flying, and she hates her dad, and she thinks she's going to regret everything, but she meets a boy called Oliver on the plane, and basically The ending of this book is pretty obvious because of the title. It was a good book. I did really enjoy it, but I could only give it 4 out of 5 stars because there was just something about it. It just wasn't sitting right with me, and thinking back, I honestly think it's the tense. It's written in third person present, which is a really weird tense. But apart from that, I don't think it fits. Like, it works in some circumstances, but not in this one. And I'm really sorry, Jennifer. It was a beautiful book and it was a beautiful story, but I just think it didn't work for me. I'm sorry. My last physical book for the month was in my book haul, and it was Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda by Becky Albertoli. I got it right that time. This one was about Simon, and Simon was gay. Simon was very gay. Simon was very, very, very gay. And by that I mean he was really, into dudes. And this book was beautiful. And you should all read it. You should read it right now. That I'm not making sense. I love it that much. Just go. The last 6 books I read in August, I don't have a physical copy of because they're about $25 each on the book depository. And I don't have that kind of money, so I bought them on iBooks. And I hate reading ebooks. So that's saying something. These are the Auroras Carnivals by Nikki Jefford. I did like them. There is 6 of them, so there's 4 main ones, and then there's 2 there's a spin-off novel, and then there's a spin-off novella. I did like them. My least favourite was the spin-off novella, which was Evil Red. And that's mostly because of the way it was written. So these novels are about Aurora Sky. She becomes a vampire hunter after a car accident that she's been in, and so her job is to hunt and kill vampires, and the way she does that is that she has a poison injected into her blood, which also prevents her from becoming a vampire. There's that. These books were good, but the same with Jennifer E. Smith. There's just something off about them, and I can't put my finger on entirely what it is, except there's one big thing, and that is science. If you're gonna make a whole plot twist based on science, it's gotta make sense, man. It's gotta make sense. And the vampires, they sharpen their back molars to bite. Like, have you put your arm in your mouth lately and bit it? You get to, like, the first premolar, and that's it, and that really hurt. But it's just the science doesn't make sense, and it really annoys me. Anyway, I'm just gonna do a quick changeover, and we'll get to my TBR right now. September! These are the books that I am going to read in September. First one. This one was not originally on my to-be read list, but it arrived on the 31st, and I had a big day on the 1st, and I had a lot of stuff in my bag, and I couldn't really fit much in, but I still wanted to take a book because I had a huge break. So, I picked The Ocean at the End of the Lane by Neil Gaiman. This has been one that I've been wanting to read for a while. It's about a man who goes back to his childhood home for a funeral, and he is drawn to this old pond at the farmhouse, and all of a sudden he just remembers what happened there and is retelling that. So yeah, the reason this is so small, I don't know why I bought such a small book, but that's the reason I took it. But I don't like books this small. Like, they really aggravate me. So when I get lots of money again, or I can convince someone to buy me a bigger copy of the book, that will happen. So far I'm loving this book, and I'm about 30% through it, and I should be finished by, if not tonight, then by tomorrow night. So that should be exciting. And that is book 1 for September. Yay! The second book on my TBR is Une si longue lettre by Mariam Abba. I mentioned this in my book haul this is a book for uni, and I have a test on it in a couple of weeks, so I do actually have to finish it. I'm supposed to have finished it by tomorrow morning, but that's not going to happen. So I will read it as soon as I can, and I'll talk about it in my September wrap-up, because honestly, I don't see myself recording a review video for this. I'll probably also talk about my test and how that went. It's going to be terrible, because I'm really, actually, really awful at French, so I don't know why I'm still doing it, but there you go. The next book on my TBR is one that I've actually had for a while. So books that I already had on my shelf, I was gonna have a little jar, and I'm gonna pull the name out of it. So that'll happen next month, but this one I already picked up because I was like, why the hell not? But like, I started reading it last year and I didn't get that far into it, and I don't think I'm gonna finish it this year. Like, I'm really gonna try. I'm probably not gonna finish it this month, let's be honest. But I'll just, I'll keep plodding along. I'll read a few pages a day, just see where that gets me. And it is Kimberly's Capital Punishment by Richard Millward. This book is about Kimberly, who decides that she's getting tired of her boyfriend, and instead of dumping him like a decent human being, treats him like shit, and then he kills himself, and she rightfully feels very guilty. So I already don't like Kimberly. As you can probably tell, I'm only about 10% of the way into the book, but Kimberly's bitch, and, anyway, so, basically, she feels guilty, and she has to, she feels guilty, and she goes to hell, I think. I'm not entirely sure, because I haven't read it yet. So, the premise is good, but I don't have very high hopes for this, because I couldn't finish it last year. The next book I've had on my want to read on Goodreads for a while, and I finally was like, okay, I'm gonna buy it, and I did. I spent way too much money on this book because I wanted the pretty hardcover. So it's Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. This is a dystopian novel. But it's actually set, I think, 3 different timelines for the 3 different characters. So you've got Arthur, who is an actor who dies of a heart attack during a Shakespeare production of Hamlet, I think. King Lear. It's King Lear. So he dies during a production of King Lear. And then you have Jeevan, who is a paramedic who's in the audience, who does his best but can't save Arthur, and then on his way home, a flu outbreak occurs. And yeah, and then you have Kirsten, who 15 years later is in a traveling Shakespeare company, who goes to all these different, like, sort of settlements, and then they get to one settlement and they won't let them leave. I don't know much more about the book other than that, but it does seem like a very interesting book, and I'm really looking forward to reading it. And look, the dust jacket. The dust jacket is amazing, but not only that, like, it's got a... I hate hardcovers. It's got a really nice cover as well. Like, it's like simple, but it's nice, and Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. I've heard lots of things about this. It is about Selena Sadothian, who is an assassin, and she got caught, and now she is serving a life sentence. I don't know much more than that, except that there are currently 4 books out, because Queen of Shadows came out yesterday, plus the prequel novellas, so there's that. I've heard it's very good, and, like, you see the cover there? It's her backside, yeah. This next book, I saw on another booktuber's shelf, but I can't remember the booktuber's name, so, on the off chance that any famous booktubers are looking at my channel, let me know if this was on your shelf, and thank you, because this is such a pretty book. Tallinn by Julie Kagawa. Look! Just look at the cover. Can you see? It's like, it's raised up and it's bumpy and it's dragon scales. It's just amazing. Like, I'm already in love with it. Like, even if I don't love this book, I'm probably going to buy the sequel just so I can have the matching covers. Like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yeah, so this is about a dragon called Ember, who is, hiding in human form because dragons have been hunted to near extinction, and there's a soldier called Garrett who, I think they team up. I'm not sure, but from what I can tell, it's like told in alternating perspectives, so Ember Garrett, that kind of thing. I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I am really looking forward to buying Rogue as well, because it's blue, and then hopefully, like, they'll have a third book, and it'll be green, and I'll just be like, amazing. Anyway, that's my last novel on my TBR. I may read more, depending on what I get done. So anyone who watched my August book haul would know that I am also trying to read one non-fiction book and one graphic novel per month. It's just sort of to get me to branch out. Also, I have quite a few non-fiction books on my shelf, so there's that as well. So the non-fiction book for September is Working Stiff by Judy Melanick and TJ Mitchell. I did speak about this and why I want to read it in my August book haul. So basically, I want to go into forensics and forensic pathology in particular. So I thought that would be a really interesting read for me, and I will get to it probably towards the end. And then graphic novel, and the graphic novel for the month of September is Super Mutant Magic Academy by Gillian Tamaki, which I also talked about in my, what's it called, my August book haul. Yeah, so this is just about basically mutant school kids, and it looks really interesting. It's just holding a series of comic strips, and yeah, oh, that's really nice. Thanks for watching. You can find me on Goodreads. I'll link you down below. I will probably see you with either a review for The Ocean at the End of the Lane or Station 11 really soon. Otherwise, it will be my September book haul, which will be towards the middle of the month somewhere. And yeah, that's it. Have a nice day. Free because it's my very first book haul video, and as you can see, I do have a nice big stack of books right here ready to show you.